Vacuum excavator. Imagine digging into the ground without knowing what's hidden underneath. One wrong move could damage a gas pipe, cut a power cable, or burst a water line. That's exactly why the vacuum excavator was invented. At first glance, it looks just like an ordinary construction truck, but hidden inside is an industrial vacuum system, powerful enough to pull heavy soil through a giant suction hose. Think of it as a vacuum cleaner. Except this one is thousands of times more powerful. It can remove soil quickly while keeping underground utilities completely safe. That's why utility companies rely on it every single day. It helps prevent costly damage, reduces repair time, and keeps workers safe. For delicate underground work, it's become one of the smartest machines ever built. Walking excavator. Most excavators stop where the road ends, but this incredible machine keeps going. It can climb terrain that would stop almost every other construction machine. Its 4 hydraulic legs move independently, almost like the legs of a mountain goat. Instead of simply driving, it literally walks across dangerous ground. That's why it's often used in forests, mountains, rivers, and places where ordinary machines simply can't work. Imagine trying to balance on 4 separate robotic legs while lifting several tons of weight. That's exactly what this machine does every day. Its incredible stability allows operators to work safely in places that once seemed impossible to reach. It's less like a traditional excavator, and more like a giant mechanical spider built for the mountains. Mobile crusher. What if an entire mountain of rock could be turned into usable construction material without ever leaving the job site? Normally, these rocks would need to be loaded onto trucks and transported to a crushing plant. But this incredible machine brings the crushing plant directly to the rocks. Instead of moving hundreds of tons of rock, the machine moves itself. Powerful steel jaws crush massive boulders into smaller stones within seconds. Imagine breaking a giant biscuit into tiny pieces. That's exactly what this machine does to solid rock. The crushed stone is carried away on long conveyor belts, ready to be used immediately for roads and buildings. By crushing rock exactly where it's needed, this machine saves time, fuel, and millions in transportation costs. Spider Excavator. What if an excavator could climb cliffs, cross rivers, and work where even people struggle to stand? Unlike a normal excavator, every leg moves independently, giving it incredible balance. It's almost like watching a giant mechanical spider carefully choosing where to place each foot. That's why these machines are trusted for mountain forestry, river restoration, and dangerous hillside construction projects. A single mistake on terrain like this could send an ordinary machine sliding downhill, but this one stays firmly planted. For places where wheels can't grip and tracks can't climb, the Spider Excavator proves that sometimes the smartest way to move is simply to walk. Cold planer. Have you ever wondered how damaged highways are removed so perfectly without destroying the strong foundation underneath? Most people think the entire road is broken apart, but that's not how it works. Instead, the rotating drum shaves away only the damaged surface, leaving the solid base untouched. Imagine using a vegetable peeler, removing only the outer layer without cutting into what's underneath. The removed asphalt travels up the conveyor and is loaded directly into waiting trucks, ready to be recycled into new roads. That means less waste, lower costs, and a much faster road repair process. By removing only what needs replacing, the cold planer saves millions in road maintenance every year. Road header. How do engineers dig through solid rock deep underground without using massive explosions? Years ago, tunnels were often carved using explosives, making the process slower, noisier, and much more dangerous. Today, this rotating cutting head chews through solid rock with incredible precision. Imagine using a cheese grater, but instead of cheese, it's carving through solid stone. As the machine cuts forward, powerful conveyor belts immediately carry the broken rock away, allowing excavation to continue without stopping. This technology is used to build subway systems, railway tunnels, hydroelectric projects, and even underground highways. Working beneath mountains and cities, the road header quietly shapes the hidden world beneath our feet. Slipform paver. Ever wondered how highways stay perfectly straight for kilometers without using traditional road molds? Unlike traditional paving, this machine doesn't need fixed wooden or steel molds. Instead, it shapes, levels, vibrates, and finishes the concrete in one continuous movement. Imagine squeezing toothpaste from a tube. It comes out in one smooth, continuous line. This machine does something very similar with concrete. Laser and stringline guidance systems constantly adjust the machine, keeping the road perfectly level even over long distances. That's why airports, expressways, and racing circuits rely on this technology for unmatched precision. By combining speed and incredible accuracy, the slipform paver builds roads that can last for decades. Sideboom pipe layer. How do engineers lift steel pipelines weighing several tons without bending, rolling, or damaging them? A normal crane could easily become unstable on rough ground, but this machine was designed specifically for pipeline construction. Its side-mounted boom and massive counterweight keep the machine perfectly balanced while lifting thousands of kilograms. Think of someone carrying a long ladder on one shoulder while using their body weight to stay balanced. This machine works in a very similar way. Without these machines, building oil, gas, and water pipelines across mountains, deserts, and forests would take far longer and require much more manpower. Every perfectly placed pipe begins with perfect balance. Giant crawler crane. How do engineers lift bridge sections weighing hundreds of tons without shaking the ground beneath them? Unlike ordinary cranes, this giant spreads its weight across wide crawler tracks, creating an incredibly stable lifting platform. Its enormous counterweights work like a giant balancing system, preventing the crane from tipping forward. Imagine holding a heavy backpack in front of you, then leaning backward to keep your balance. That's exactly the principle this crane uses. Every movement is controlled millimeter by millimeter, allowing bridge sections, wind turbine components, and refinery equipment to be positioned with incredible precision. Without heavy lift crawler cranes, many of the world's biggest bridges, power stations, and wind farms simply couldn't be built. When hundreds of tons must move with absolute precision, this is the machine engineers trust. Tunnel boring machine. Imagine drilling a tunnel through an entire mountain without collapsing the ground above. That's exactly what a tunnel boring machine is built to do. Before machines like this existed, tunnels were often built using repeated drilling and controlled blasting, making the process much slower. Its massive rotating cutter head crushes solid rock, while powerful hydraulic cylinders push the entire machine forward a few centimeters at a time. Think of it like a giant electric pencil sharpener, except instead of sharpening a pencil, it slowly carves a tunnel through solid mountain rock. As it advances, conveyor belts remove the broken rock while massive concrete lining segments are installed behind the machine, creating a safe tunnel almost immediately. That's why these incredible machines build metro systems, railway tunnels, highway tunnels, and even underwater crossings around the world. Without tunnel boring machines, many of the world's longest and safest underground tunnels would simply not exist. Bucket Wheel Excavator. Imagine a machine so enormous that standing beside it makes even a house look tiny. This isn't an ordinary excavator. It's one of the largest land vehicles ever built, designed to move thousands of tons of earth every single hour. Instead of stopping after every scoop, the giant wheel keeps rotating continuously, cutting and loading material without interruption. Think of it like a giant Ferris wheel. But instead of carrying passengers, every rotation carries tons of earth. The excavated material travels across a series of massive conveyor belts, moving continuously toward processing facilities without the need for hundreds of dump trucks. For giant surface mines, few machines can match the productivity of the Bucket Wheel Excavator. Its incredible size and continuous operation make it one of the greatest engineering machines ever built. Which of these incredible machines amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love amazing engineering machines, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible videos. Thanks for watching.